Let's see. Little too bright. Oh, my dear friends, it's been so long. I'm so glad we get to sit together and have a conversation. Yes, I'm debuting the new hair. I like it so much. It's so fun. It's like I'm unlocking a whole new personality in me, okay? Don't blame me, blame the hair. I'm gonna be doing a lot of I'm joking, but in case I do, you know it's because of the hair. So in today's video, I just want to talk about things that I have been learning through this coaching experience that I've had, especially in the last 5 days. In the last 5 days, I've coached 10 women, all right? And in the conversations that I have with them, and these are the one-on-one coaching sessions, right? If you want more information, I'll make sure to leave it in the first comment if you feel like, you know what? I'm listening to Precious and I think that she could actually help me in gaining clarity and building courage as I step into my new chapter. If you feel like that already, just pause the video, go to the first comment and book your 45-minute one-on-one coaching call with me because I'd love to work with you, okay? So this is the insight that I have gained, and I want to talk about what I find has been the main theme, right? These are different women from different walks of life, right? But there has been a main theme. Some have children, some don't. But the main theme that I seem to see is the fact that we as women, we know that something is stirring inside, right? Like I'm being called into the next chapter of my life. But then in the process of being called, there's uncertainty. Either you feel like you're stuck between two minds. So there's a job and you know that you've outgrown this space and you need to step over into your next era, your next career, or the next company. But then there's this security that you don't want to leave, right? So if you feel like you're in this particular process, and this is an exact example rather of someone that I worked with, 2 women that I worked with in fact, and if you feel like you're in that space and having that example, what I can say to you is that first of all, take your power back, meaning take your life force energy back from the current job that you're at. Keep working diligently, be a good employee, please, because we want to always be honest in our dealings with our fellow man, right? So you're not going to work like, no, you're doing a good job still. However, you've taken your power back, you've taken your energy back into you, right? You're not giving your life force into it, but you're doing the things that you're supposed to do so that you meet the targets that you need to meet. When you bring that life force back, you're then able to be a little bit more creative with yourself. You're then able to give energy into your body and ask empowering questions. If I would move on, what is it that I would want to move on into? Is it starting a business? Is it going into a similar company? Or maybe it's completely pivoting and changing even the industry that I work in, right? So starting to become curious about what your next chapter could look and feel like, right? And then when you're in this space, you're then going to be able to uncover, what will that ask of me as a person? Can I do it still as me currently? Or will things have to change a little bit? Will I have to upskill perhaps, right? So yes, you are in the space of knowing that you need to move forward, and then you're also here. But now in the in-between, you're asking yourself productive, empowering questions. You're not spending your time in the fact that you've outgrown this space. You're spending your time having taken your life force back into you, and you're building. I know it doesn't feel like building, but asking empowering questions is giving you an opportunity to gain clarity, insight about you, and insight about where you could go. All right? And the other example I wanted to make, you might be in a space in your life where you're feeling like, I'm not unhappy, but I'm not happy. That space. It's also an in-between space. I'm not unhappy, but I'm not happy. I also want you to know that asking empowering questions is very useful, very, very useful. And in the process of doing that, don't feel like you're being selfish. No, you're not, right? choose to move from a place of understanding that I am not being selfish, but understanding that yes, I'm not unhappy, but I'm not happy either. It's just a call. Something is calling you. It's like, wait, girl, there's more. There's more that's in you. There's more that you are capable of. There's more that could be built by you, right? And you're not looking down upon where you are now. You can choose to have gratitude and thank the Lord. Thank the Lord for the safety, the security, and the joy that He has currently blessed you with. And also thanking Him for calling you into this next chapter. This is what I love about reading the Bible. As I read the Bible, I come to realize that women in the Bible, let me be specific, all right? I'm in the book of Judges, and boy, I'm learning that in the book of Judges, women are courageous. They're courageous, right? They step into who Heavenly Father desires for them to be. Sometimes it's quiet courage, which in itself is such a beautiful and powerful thing. And that's why I've called my one-on-one coaching session Quiet Courage, like building this quiet courage, because there's something quite powerful about a woman who knows your capabilities, your abilities, even if they're not at the surface yet, but deep down that you have abilities and capabilities. And not only that, but you also have the supernatural strength, and that is your faith in your Heavenly Father. So if you're in the space of recognizing that I'm neither happy nor am I unhappy, and then you're afraid to jump because you might feel like you're being selfish, you're not selfish. You're just expanding, and that's okay, right? Speak to your spouse, speak to your family, right? And let them know how you're feeling and where you're at. And this is not so much because you're asking for permission, but you're kind of, you're holding your State of Union address, You're like, listen, I've decided that I'm going to step up, and that may require a little bit of change within the household somehow, right? Your personal situation. So speak to your spouse, speak to your family where changes need to occur. Because this might mean that you can't wash the dishes every single night because you're going to spend that hour building your business, right? So that's why you go and you respect those who are around you, and you give your State of Union address so that they know where you're at, because of where you are desiring to be, right? So you're not selfish. I want to say that again. You're not selfish. You're just answering the call of your heart. You're not selfish. You're answering that call, and it is okay. Go read the book of Judges. It's hectic though, right? It reads like an electronic song. It's like dee dee dee, da 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 da. Okay, anyway, Book of Judges, go read it. Tell me what you think. It's really whoa. Women in the Bible. This is my introduction to women in the Bible. And of course, there was Sarah earlier on, and I get it, right? But I can lead. Of course, in my heart, I had the desire to lead. But when I read about Deborah, I was like, Lord, rise me up, lift me so that I become courageous in my life, and I recognize that I can lead. Oh, Book of Judges. Now I've gone on another tangent. All in all, in this video, I just want you to build that courage. Sometimes, again, it's quiet. It's just a quiet step in building that courage, right? It doesn't need to be loud. It doesn't have to be loud. But it just starts with clarity, gaining clarity about where you are right now, who you're choosing to be right now, so that you can better understand who you want to be, how you want to show up for your family, for yourself, in the world that you are building, for your life as well as your family's life, right? Gain that clarity for yourself and know that you are not selfish. You are not selfish, okay? You are simply expanding. And in this expansion, that's where the growth happens. If you need permission, friend, this is your permission. I am so grateful to have an opportunity to work with women, because I feel like it's igniting something within me too, this process. But not only that, but I know that I am using my gifts and talents for good, that I am being a faithful steward of my Heavenly Father's gifts, and this is a talent that He's given me. So I'm saying that to say to you too, be a faithful and wise student of your time and of your talents, okay? And that is the expansion, choosing to be a faithful and wise student of your time and your talents. I hope you enjoyed this video, all right? I look forward to seeing in the comments for you to just share with us, if you feel comfortable, what's your next chapter, friend? What does it look and feel like? What's your next chapter? Okay, share that with us. All right, see you in the next video. Bye.